Let's crack a like on YouTube. Here's something to think about. If you get rejected by a female, it's nothing to be ashamed of. If anything, it's something to think about. And what you can think about it, instead of looking at it in a negative sort of way, look at it like this. Like, okay, so if you get more respect from women by not being a player, then that's a respect point instead of, oh shit, you know. Think about it like that, YouTube. Yeah. Oh, believe me, people are giving me shit about my dry spell, and I'm like, who cares? It'll happen when it happens. You know, there are bigger fucking problems in the world, to be quite honest. Now, you notice that guys who are players, on the surface, they seem cool, but when you get to talking to them, they're miserable because they end up hooking up with chicks and having kids with them by mistake that they don't want, you know, and they're just miserable because there's drama. Here's the thing of it, YouTube. Women can take men to court and take them for all they've got and take every last fucking thing they own except for the clothes on their back. Men can't do that, women can. That's the truth. You know, could you imagine for 1 second you and your wife buy a house that you paid for, you're busting your ass in a 9 to 5 job, you come home and your neighbor's having sex with the, your wife, and she hands you divorce papers and says, this is my house and you have to pay for it still. She got you sleeping on the fucking futon, eating ramen noodles while she looks at you and says, oh, no, sorry. You know, the only reason I say this is because I saw one of my female friends posted a comment. She said, boys are mean. Boys are mean. Gentlemen are not. Now, what separates the boys from the gentlemen, YouTube? Boys care way too much about getting laid. Gentlemen don't. That's what separates the boys from the gentlemen. You notice that the attitude boys have is the negative stereotype for men in general. You know, that's really something to think about. I'm in the process of relocating shipping to my apartment so that the wands can get processed more quickly. I had one of my Facebook friends order a wand from the website. I greatly appreciate it. I'll have it shipped to you Tuesday or Wednesday. Waiting for all that money to transfer, you know. You want a badass drink combo to drink with your of-age girlfriend. You and your girlfriend are both old enough to drink. Get yourself some pink champagne and some tequila rose. When you open the champagne, let it let the fizz die down just a little bit so it doesn't curdle the tequila rose. And yeah, crushed ice and some sugar-coated strawberry slices, and a little bit of chocolate around syrup around the rim of the glass. And there you go. I call that a pink panther. That's what I call that. And I'm just saying, like, I come up with these weird ass combinations, and like, what I drink there on camera, yeah. I did a pink champagne chug for breast cancer awareness, and I tried to chug it as quickly as I could, you know, kind of like the ice bucket challenge, only, you know, more adult friendly. And, you know, chugging that's not as easy as it looks. And of course, I got called a faggot for drinking pink champagne, and I'm like, yeah, I'm doing a challenge to spread awareness for a good cause, and you're a jealous asshole. You try to chug champagne in general, it's carbonated, bubbly, and it makes you burp like soda pop. So, you know. Now, earlier today, one of my homies, younger ones, was harassing his sister, and I said, you don't do that, man. You gotta respect women. They have it a lot harder than you realize. Basically, what I said. It's the truth. But of course, there might be some triggered feminazi who would say, stop victimizing women. I'm not trying to victimize you, I'm trying to be sympathetic. But I think feminazis get sympathetic and sexist mixed up. Yes, there are some real sexist assholes out there, but they exist on both sides. A feminazi is basically a sexist female. But that's just it. You know, much like little fuckboys ruining relationships and giving men in general a bad name, feminists do the same thing for females in the female movement. What they presume is feminism, but guess what? It's not. It's feminazism. And there's a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? There's a fucking problem with that shite. It makes the movement look bad in general, so people see, oh, hey, look, this is what feminism is. Sexist females complaining about men all the time. Well, shit. It's ridiculous, YouTube. And if girls don't want to give me a chance because my trolls are assholes, that's their loss. You know what I'm saying? That is their fucking loss. People are constantly going on about, oh, Josh needs to get laid. I could get laid if I wanted to, but I feel like a gentleman who waits patiently gets more respect than a player. That's the truth of it. of my female Facebook friends posted something on her page. I'm not gonna say which one. That's private. I'm not gonna. It's not like I'm, a blast kind of thing or anything. But she made a comment on her Facebook. She said, "Boys are mean." And then someone else commented, "Well, stop giving boys a reason to be mean." And I just rolled my eyes at the whole thing, and I'm like, to be fair, it comes from both sides. And it's the truth. I mean, you see a collective of females complaining about men, and you see a collective of men complaining about females. And the ones who are not complaining are looking at that situation like, oh, that's what dating's become? No, thank you. I'm content with being single until the right one comes along. Kind of attitude. You feel me? This is the kind of shit that makes women say they don't need a man in their life. This is the kind of crap that make men say they're going on their own kind of shit. It's Me Too motherfuckers sipping on their goddamn Starbucks. Too far. Well, now. People say you're not supposed to kneel for the national anthem. Would you say shit if it was a Vietnam vet with one leg and he knelt down and put his right hand over his fucking heart and he almost cried every time he heard the national anthem? No, the fuck you wouldn't say shit. But these racist fucks see a couple football players do it and everybody loses their shite. And people are so offended at Nike that they're burning their shit and like it's a movement. And I'm like, dude, there are people in countries who would love to have the shoes you have. So if you don't want it, send it to them, dude. They'll gladly take those shoes off your hands. You know? Just shows you how fucking privileged our country is. I mean, I like America, but goddamn. You want to start a fucking movement. Everyone's so fucking quick to start a movement like it's the next big thing. Like, bro. Instead of trying to start a fucking movement, you could just, be a better person. People burning their Nike clothes because they're pissed off and want to make a movement. Got people eating Tide Pods because they want to get famous on YouTube. I'm like, has the world gone to shit in a handbag? Technically, no. It's just how you perceive it, I guess. Life could hand you like the worst situation ever, and really how you roll with the punches, that's how it's going to affect you. And of course, whenever men try to complain about their problems, women will chime in with, well, you don't know the half of it, and here we go. Now we're comparing sob stories. That doesn't get us anywhere. I'm not going to say that men or women have it tougher. Collectively speaking, humans have it tough. It's survival. It's what humans do. YouTube. rocking out with you for a minute. After I get my next album done, I want to write a scary story about a snake and then make it an album. Why not? Keep the creative process flowing, I guess.